the energy that, you know, she's really going through. I felt for her. And then I started to see certain things that were coming out about her and just her behavior on the show that I was like not too crazy about. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Time. My name is Holly. So grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I am doing this special type of reading. It's called Getting Divorced. I'm going to carry it on because unfortunately there's been a lot of since post, I don't want to say the word in case it affects the algorithm, but with recent events, post COVID, I think that a lot of couples have been breaking up. It's unfortunate, but I kind of want to see what we can learn from a lot of these celebrities that are getting divorced. So we're going to start off with Jodie Turner Smith and Joshua Jackson. Then we're going to do an update on Jonas and Sophie Turner. Interesting that her name is Turner too. Anyways, I think it's very common British last name Turner. Anyway, so and Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. So please subscribe if you watched a few of my videos and you like the channel, and like the video so that I can do more of these. There will be timestamps up throughout the video if you want to jump ahead. So let's get into this reading. I used to have such a huge crush on Joshua Jackson growing up. I used to watch Dawson's Creek. You know, my older sister used to love Dawson's Creek, and you know, whenever you have an older sister, you kind of watch what they watch. So we used to all watch Dawson's Creek together, and yeah, just reminded me of that. So let's get into this reading. I pulled up the past, the present, the future. I have pulled up the chart. Jodie, her sun is in Virgo, Moon is in Libra, and Venus is in Scorpio. Joshua, his sun is in Gemini, which is very interesting, Moon in Leo, and Venus in Cancer. So I also found out, I didn't do too much research about them because I don't like to do that. I like to read what my intuition says. And I found out that, well, I saw a snippet, like a clip on YouTube as I opened up my TV, it's attached to YouTube, and it said that she proposed to him. Which I find very interesting because Virgos generally like stability. They like stability, and Geminis tend to, not that Geminis don't like stability, but they tend to be more easygoing, free-flowing with relationships and stuff like that. So, like I said, I pulled the past, present, future. Past with the star. I have a strong feeling that Jodie particularly had this, she has a very strong energy, and I think when they met he was like, wow, like taken aback by her beauty, just taken aback by her, and just like her regal, she got very regal energy. And with that regal energy, I think he was almost like intimidated by her, if you want to say, and so he never really put forward effort. She had to do a lot of the effort because I think in his mind, I get the mentality that he was like, okay, if I don't do a lot, she can never be unhappy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't do a lot, if I don't invest too much, if it doesn't go right, then it's not bad, you know. I see that mentality, and I think he saw her Knight of Wands, Six of Wands strength as a very strong, has her life together. Like, why would she need me, you know? Especially with his Venus being in Cancer. I think sometimes Venus and Cancer energy can be quite insecure, and he never really felt solidified in the relationship. Like, she had to solidify, and Venus and Scorpios tend to do that too. They tend to be like, okay, you have to go in 100%, being a fixed sign. and she never really got that from him. So with the present being Queen of Swords energy is very much like, I've decided this, and she did file for divorce. I've decided this. There's nothing you can say. There's no going back. I've had enough. And I get the energy that what might have led to this was her feeling, let's see, her feeling alone. I think she is like a homebody, and he's very social, which would make sense because he's Gemini, Sun in Gemini, and him being so social, she was like, what about me? What about me? 10 of Wands, 2 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. I think they haven't lived together for some time. I get that energy that they haven't really lived together. Things have been rocky. I see that too. And I think she's been filming something, like a major role, or she's about to. It's given her the strength to move on. She's like, you know what? That's enough. So the 2 of Pentacles being the future, I see very strongly that this is very her focused. He's just like, I don't know, there might be some substance issues on his end. I say this all the time. Strong Gemini placements, Sun in Gemini, Moon in Gemini, Rising Gemini, Venus Gemini. Gemini can have serious addiction issues, especially when it comes to drinking. I see some of that with him. I see substance issues. I'm just going to leave it there because it's his privacy, you know, and I don't want to mess with that. But I see, and she is very much like, I think when they met, when they started dating, their relationship was very like, you know, that kind of relationship where you drink a lot together and you go out a lot together. I've had 2 relationships like that. We drank a lot together, went out together, but then when it's time to solidify the relationship, the one person never really gets serious. So with the future, she's looking and she's like, you know what, I need a partner that does this, I need a partner that does that. Like, she's being very pragmatic about her future and what it entails. And I see very strongly her journaling a lot of this. She might write a book. I think she's yeah, I see writing a book, but I see her, the divorce is going to be very nasty, very, very nasty. 3 of Swords, the Justice, and Ace, is going to be very, very nasty. And this is what is so sucky about divorce. You see the worst side of somebody. I am a child of divorce, and I see that very clearly, that, you know, you can, you know, people bring out the worst side of each other in divorce. And it's unfortunate because they have a child together, beautiful girl together. Things are gonna get very nasty, especially in the media. Very, very nasty. So please like that. By the way, I used the Light Seers Tarot for that. Please like the video. As I move on to the next, I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm using the Crystal Magic Tarot for this one, this next reading. I'm going to do an update on Jonas and Sophie Turner. So I'm doing this one a little different because it's an update. I have done a video about them before, so check that out. I saw that she's suing him for the children. Let's see. Okay, as I shuffle the cards, I get the energy of like sadness, obviously. I'm seeing more her energy than I am his. Before it was his energy, now I'm seeing more her energy. Okay, Ace of Coins, the Hierophant, and the Moon. So I'm seeing her kind of getting her finances together. I think in the beginning she was very in denial about it. I did say before the last video that I did of them that he would go back and forth, change his mind, get back together, you know, break up with her, kind of have her on a yo-yo. And that's what a lot of people that have narcissistic abusive energy will do. They will decide when they want to see you, decide when not to see you. And I say this all the time, I don't like to call people narcissists. There's only one person that I've really seen on TV that I believe is like that, because things are edited, you know, and it's a very strong word to use against somebody. And that's Tom Sandoval. Textbook reminds me of one of my exes. But I also want to just reiterate that we all have narcissistic tendencies. You know, narcissism is rooted in survival, and especially if you come from, I'm not saying all, you know what, it doesn't really matter, but upbringing can bring out a lot of our narcissistic tendencies. And especially as we get to learn about ourselves more in general as a collective, we can really refine those characteristics. And being, especially I live in the USA, very grateful to have food, stuff like that, and so forth and so forth. And you don't really need a lot of narcissistic traits. And I think that's what's going on, is that a lot of people don't realize that. So it's based on survival, and they're continuing it without even realizing. But that's another story for another day. I'm not a big fan of saying somebody's a narcissist. We can have narcissistic tendencies, and narcissistic abuse can occur, and that's what I see happening here. I really feel like Jonas has narcissistic tendencies, very strong ones. He's a Sun in Leo, and sometimes she's Sun in Pisces. Sometimes, especially Sun in Leos, can have that even more exacerbated, because they're ruled by the sun, and the sun is the ego, you know, what we are, our expressive nature. I'm not saying all Leos are narcissistic. Leo is my favorite sign, and a lot of very giving and so forth and so forth. But what I am saying, especially being fixed energy, if you have these traits, it's hard if you're a fixed sign, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, to look at yourself and change it. As an Aquarius, I can tell you the traits that I had, that I still have, that I'm not happy with. It's taken me, I wouldn't say a while, but they're so ingrained in a lot of fixed signs that it's oftentimes harder for us to change our behavior than it is for like a mutable sign, or so forth and so forth. So just letting you know that we can be very stubborn in who we are and what we believe in. So it's hard to kind of change. I've learned through therapy and so forth for many years to do so. But a lot of Aquarius I encounter, Leos, Scorpios, and Taurus that I encounter can be very fixed in their mindset because they're a fixed sign. So just putting that out there. So she's had to finally accept that it is over. And it's been very difficult for her. She's bottom of the deck with the energy, 6 of Cups, received some support from her friends, a lot of support from her friends. Wow. And her parents. I don't think her parents ever really liked him. There's just something about him. The Jonas Brothers in general, I've said this before, I don't know one song they've done, and I love pop music. When I get a bad vibe from certain artists or celebrities, I steer away from their music or anything that they make. And they are one of them, you know. By they I mean the Jonas Brothers. I just steer away from them because I feel like something off, you know. There's something fake. I feel like their family is full of secrets. And with the Moon card, she's going to reveal some of the secrets if things get nasty. She's going to go low if he continues, and she's threatening him too. She's going to really fight for herself, and I'm all about that. Especially when you're sweet, people will try to take advantage of you. That's why when I tell people I'm sweet, but you don't want to get on my bad side, because my bad side is very nasty. Like if you pull one on me, it's over. It's over for you. So I totally get it, and I understand where she's coming from, but she's going to really defend herself and fight for her children, fight for everything. And I think they will have 50-50 custody, which I agree with. Still, I don't think it's up to anybody to decide. If you have children with somebody, unless they are physically, you know, unless they are ABUSIVE, then they have the right to see their children. So, let's see. Okay, yeah, so things are going to get very nasty. She's going to reveal, wow. So with the Tower, the Lovers, and Five of Cups, there has been another woman in the mix, and the woman has come forward to tell her story. Obviously, this is intuitive based, it's not fact based, but from what I see, there has been another woman. The other woman has come, and the other woman, excuse me, has come and told Sophie the story, the situation, and this other woman, it's very dark stuff. But this other woman thought that they were separated because they weren't together. He's basically put like lies out there. Very good at manipulating the truth, very good at deception. He's a very deceptive person. And in all that deception and so forth, we're going to see it all come out. Wow, interesting. We're going to see it all come out. And when it does, the Jonas brother fans are not going to be happy about it. That's all I can say. Okay, so let's move on. To the last couple, Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, and I'm really not surprised that this has happened. Also, please like the video if you like it. I'm not surprised that this is happening. I'm using the Star Child Tarot for this. I'm not surprised that Jeannie Mai and Jeezy are getting divorced. If you don't know who they are, Jeezy used to be known as Young Jeezy. He was on a lot of hip-hop songs. I remember him on Dancy Kane's Showstopper. And just like with Kanye West, he did that song I Put On. And now he's known as Jeezy. And Jeannie Mai used to be on, is it The Real, right? Yeah, The Real. I used to watch that show actually. Not when it ended, but I used to watch that show. But anyway, so the charts, Jeezy's sun is in Libra, moon is in Aries, Venus is in Virgo. Interesting. Jeannie Mai, her sun is in Capricorn, and moon is in Aries. Oh, I didn't write down her Virgo. I mean her Venus. Interesting. Whoopsie. I don't know why I did that. I will find out and I'll write in the comment section. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I remember, I've just seen little snippets of Jeannie Mai that have had me questioning like how I feel about it. Because when I watched her on The Real, she gave this energy that, you know, she was always the victim, and especially because she was going through her divorce at the time. This was like 2019, so yeah, early 2019. I can't believe it was 2019. No, 2018, because it was around Thanksgiving. Yeah, 2018. And I just got the energy that, you know, she's really going through it. I felt for her. And then I started to see certain things that were coming out about her and just her behavior on the show that I was like not too crazy about, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. Then I remember one time she did this, she has this foundation that combats trafficking, and I'm very much into it. It's so important that we support. I don't like to tell people what to do, but it's important to me to support these kind of foundations. And I support one of these foundations. I forgot what it was called, and then they had somebody on it that is known to have alliances or allies with people that are very much into trafficking. So I wrote a comment on the Instagram that I wasn't crazy about who they'd chosen to be the spokesperson, and Jeannie Mai responded. I think she responded to me or commented. I wasn't the only one that was upset about it. I think she responded to me or another comment, and she was like, she basically was like writing in all caps, and was like, this is a global issue or something like that, just being very condescending. And I was like, oh, that's very interesting. So when they got married, I was like, I don't think this is going to last. My intuition was just like, this is not going to last. So I pulled up the past, present, and future. With the past, I get 6 of crystals. So crystals in this deck, I'm using the Moon Chart Tarot. Excuse me, Star Chart Tarot. Crystals in this deck is pentacles. It's about money. It's about finances. So I really strongly feel like a lot of why she got married was for money. And now that I'm saying that, her ex-husband was not that wealthy. People were like, oh yeah, the comparison of having a few million and having like 50 million, or how much did he have, like 15 to 20 million, which is still quite a lot. It's a step up, not a step down, because she had to pay her ex-husband alimony, I believe. I see her paying somebody out and deciding, I'll never marry, I'll never be with somebody who makes less money than me. I see that decision. So now she's with somebody who makes more than her. And he, with the present, is fed up. King of Swords, like I just showed you with Jodie Turner. She had Queen of Swords, which is like when you make a decision, that's it. King of Swords, he's made his decision. He's also Sun in Libra, and Swords energy is very air energy. But he's made his decision. He's like, that's it. I am not going to do this anymore. That's it. It's very, very over. But I want to see what led him to make that decision. Okay, so I just got an image, a download, and this is intuitive based, of them shouting at home, him being like, this is over, this is done, and her being like, please, please, no, it's not, please, please. I think the blogs have been saying this, I get that too, that the mother being around has really affected the relationship. A lot. Yeah. The mother seems very hard-headed. Strength, the Tower, and 6 of Cups. The mother seems very hard-headed. The mother is in Jeannie's ear, like, do this, do that, do this, do that. That's what made him with the Tower. He was keeping quiet. He was like, I'm just gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna say it, and then I'm gonna keep quiet. And wow. So now she's trying to make up to him, and he's not listening though. He's very much, it's a done deal. I had my suspicions that they might get back together, but he is very much of, she still wants to work it out. I can see that very strongly, especially with 6 of Cups. She's like, 6 of Cups indicates to me that she's very remorseful. She's giving him a lot, giving. She's like, come home, making him dinners. I'll make you this, I'll do that. And I think he's seen this cycle before, where he tries to leave and she's like, please, no, I promise, I'll make it up to you. That kind of energy. And so he's like, you know what, it's done. She's lied to me, she's done this to me. Okay, so this is what I suspected. He's hired an investigator against her, about her. And I think he found out some information, the Empress, that she was entertaining other men. I don't think that they had anything physical, but I see entertaining, like going for lunch with men, stuff like that, texting men. This is messy. I think she was trying to make him jealous, but it just made him leave. And it's very dicey water. I've been in a situation like that where somebody was trying to make me jealous and I broke up with him because I don't do stuff like that. You're not gonna make me jealous. I just don't see a future with you if you're gallivanting around other people. So things were rocky. She started talking to other men and he was like, that's it. I think she wanted him to compete, which sometimes Sun and Capricorns can do. I've dated a Capricorn who did that to me. Which was actually the situation that I'm talking about, and which they can kind of like push you to be competitive for them. And he was like, no, it's over. It hurt him deeply, but he found out information about her. That's why he's being so cold. He found out hard information that she has been talking to other men, and he is very hurt, very hurt. So the future with Two of Crystals, I see she's going to have some kind of game plan. Some kind of game plan to try to win him back. She's very sneaky. The energy I pick up is very sneaky. Very wants to make him look bad. So she's going to put up stories to the press. You know, and I'm starting to believe her ex-husband when he said things about her. I really am. I never believed him before. But the more that I hear of what he said and just during this reading, I'm starting to really believe what his ex said. What her ex said. Serenity, Oppression, and 9 of Cups. Whoa, this is, oh my gosh. Sometimes these people in Hollywood can be very, very twisted. So she's going to, once everything's done, she's going to say, he was horrible to me, he tormented me. She's going to lie about him and basically do what she did to her ex. Very sad. So this is my thing with people like with Jeannie Mai. At some point in our lives, we all have to learn about ourselves, you know? If we continue the cycle, and this is when, about 10 years ago, I ended a relationship, actually this Capricorn relationship. And I realized that I was the common denominator in a lot of my relationships. And I had to make a change. I had to look at myself. I stopped drinking for 3 years. I really focused on healing myself and being a better person and not blaming other people. So I just wonder why she feels like she is continuing this cycle. And I'm not saying I'm better than other people. I'm just saying I had to take accountability. We all have to take accountability for our lives. And especially by the time we're in our 40s, 50s, it's not a good look to constantly be the victim. And her behavior, her way of trying to get back at him, it's not going to work. 'Cause people are going to see right through it. So that's what I have for you all. Please comment. I would love to hear what you have to say. Take care.